son, where'd you find this?
Don't be offended by the truth. They be offended because you called out the truth. Simple as that. They don't want to hear any other narrative that makes them look bad.
One thing I can't stand at this big grown age is somebody who acts like cause and effect does not exist. Like, yes, your actions caused this outcome. Yes, what you did lit the match. Like, why are you surprised and playing victim?
Guys, Chico, they never lie.
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late. They cancel last minute. Forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Paid the cost and kept the change. Now I'm walking Hall of Fame. And I reside in the cloud. Grand wishes with these bitches. Taking pictures with the crowd, and I'm out.
What up? What up? What up? What up? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well. Shout outs to my poets, writers, content creators, to the new subs. Much love to you. Thank you for your time, for your patience, for your words of wisdom, agree or disagree. I appreciate all feedback. Some things I need to hear that I never heard before. I just want you to know. I appreciate it. You see the title. When I came across this clip, it irritated me, man. It did. I felt used. I felt played. I felt abused. It's like, what the hell is going on, man? We can't even be nice anymore. We can't do nothing for nobody at this point without someone betraying you or looking for an opportunity just for trying to be a decent person. Yeah, it's one of those. I got a clip. Let me put it up on the big screen real quick. Let's see. So with this young man here, he was trying to help somebody out. She thought, well, how about I just sue him for $250,000 when this really irritated my soul. Really irritated my soul. I'm gonna roll the footage. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna roll the footage, and then I'm just gonna share my thoughts, man. Hold up.
young man was accused of negligence after helping a woman who fell down the stairs. The woman is demanding $250,000 in compensation from 25-year-old Adam Coleman. Security footage shows that 28-year-old Sophia Reyes suddenly slipped while walking downstairs. Just as her head was about to hit the steps, Adam quickly rushed forward and caught her. His fast reaction likely prevented a much more serious injury. However, Adam was shocked when Sophia filed a lawsuit against him 2 days later. Sophia claims that she was walking down the stairs normally and that Adam suddenly appeared and startled her, causing her to lose her footing and fall. She says she suffered multiple bruises and psychological trauma.
So you're telling me this harlot tried to file a $250,000 lawsuit against this person for saving her life? This is what they say when they say it. Chivalry is dead, bro. Chivalry is not.
That shit irritated me so much. So much. Ma'am. Matter of fact, let me ask this question. Did you see anything wrong in that clip? Anything that would suggest that her claims are accurate? Did she say anything to you that would, if you were the judge, would you say he's guilty? $250,000 awarded to Miss Sophia such and such. Because I didn't see nothing. I didn't see a damn thing. We're at a point right now, everybody is looking to sue for the littlest stuff. It don't really matter if it's big or small. Now, this woman could have broke her neck, been paralyzed, or worse. This man didn't have to step in. His reaction and his response was so on point that just a fraction of a second sooner, it would have been a wrap for her. She could have been done for. And I wonder what the conversation was once he stepped in and showed some type of decorum, just being a good guy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Clumsy me. I don't know what I was thinking. Know that chivalry is dead stuff. Men don't hold doors for you no more. Nobody is looking out for women anymore. We're not trying to protect them anymore. You hear that all the time. You don't hear nobody defending these guys who's jumping in front of bullets. You don't hear nothing from these women who are defending men who are actually getting in the crossfires of dangers that have nothing to do with them. You don't hear about that, but you will hear them say, oh, men are cowards, men are this, men that. I find it so disheartening, man, because it's like you don't want to be one of them people. I don't want to turn into a monster. I don't want to become an asshole. That's not me. That's not genetically how I was brought up. I wasn't even shown that. But y'all out here playing around with people's livelihoods. You looked at that situation, and a part of me is like, you looked at this situation. It's two scenarios. You looked at the situation. You pretended to fall and hurt yourself so that you could blame it on this person. You staged it. Or you really just lost your footing coming down them fucking steps. You were moving way too fast. You wasn't paying attention to what you was doing. You started to tumble. Your head was right there at the bottom. You was this close to cracking your shit all the way open. But out of the blue, somebody just so happens to be coming through the door. They see it. They didn't hesitate. They didn't wait. They weren't on their phone. They swooped right in, caught you right before you was about to be who knows where. To me, that is God stepping in. God absolutely saved you. He spared you. Which one y'all going with? Staged. She set him up. She knew he was coming through the door, and she failed, sacrificing herself. There's people who will do it. I won't put it past nobody. Or what's the latter? Either way, I would never play around like that with nobody. The last thing on my mind is putting somebody in a destitute space. Do you think that man got $250,000 to just cough up? Most of us don't even have $20. You saw an opportunity possibly to play somebody, and you're using it. And if I'm the brother here, I know a lot of folks would just be like, man, see, this is why I don't want to help you motherfuckers anyway, because y'all be on bullshit. Y'all really be on some bullshit. Lying, scheming, using your feminine ways to get what you want. Like legitimately using your sexuality and your femininity to manipulate the system to work in your favor, knowing damn well that your whole motive is just nefarious as hell. He helped you, and now you're trying to help yourself. And you see this happen so often. And it's messed up. It's absolutely trash. Anybody who could do that, I don't understand it. Now, if you're legitimately on the receiving end of someone else's negligence, I got you. I be mad. I understand that completely. But to go out your way to try to ruin somebody's life, this man could lose his job. This man could be scrutinized by the community. You know how social media is. If the camera wasn't positioned the way it was in that hallway when she came tumbling down, his back would be all the way against the wall. He would have a hell of a time trying to prove any type of innocence in that. Any. You seen the video. You tell me where you saw him scare her, or she saw him and then she just scary, like he was coming from out the alley, out the darkness or something, and tried to grab her up. She's walking through a door like a regular person. You trip and fall down the steps because you didn't know and you weren't aware of how you were moving. Then y'all get mad when men be like, I don't want to mess with y'all. I stay away from me. I'm just gonna keep y'all at arm's length. You good over there? Don't come near me, because a lot of these women, man, y'all really be on some bullshit. That's fucked up. So now this man got to pay for court, lawyer, if he even can afford a lawyer. You talking about you traumatized? You talking about you ain't been right since? That was traumatic for you? I bet it was. I bet it was. Moving sneaky like that, it don't work out for nobody. It never pans out. You always end up sticking your foot in your own mouth. It karma always spin the block. It don't matter how high up in the ranks you are. Karma always come back around to meet you right where you are. So why you smiling up in everybody's faces and you cheesing and you trying to be cutesy and curtsy and act all pure at heart, and but the entire time you plotting and scheming on how you're gonna sabotage somebody's relationship, or you're gonna make somebody the victim that was never involved in any victimization period, having this double life. Oh, you will pay for that. 1000% pay for that.
Bang, bang, bang.
$250,000. Who gave you that specific number? Why that specific number? What's up? What you trying to do? Who you owe? You got a loan shark out here looking for you, man? You got some college fees you trying to pay off? Like, what's going on? You filed. I saw that video. I said, oh, hell nah. Hell nah. And I remember back in the day, a co-worker of mine, he tried that slip and fall bullshit. Cameras had him. There wasn't no way he was getting out of that. She thinks she really got a case here. And honestly, the scary part about it is because she's a woman, even with that camera footage, she still might have. Matter of fact, hold up. Let me see something. Let me see. I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna bring that shit back up on the screen. We got to further examine this real quick. Nah, ain't no way. Let's see what we got here. Bring this back over here. All right. She looked like she all right here. She's walking down the steps just so casually. Those don't look slippery steps. I don't see no real threat there. Hold on a minute. Let's keep this moving.
Negligence after help.
All right.
Young man was accused.
He saved your life, and now you want to.
Oh, this is another one. Hold up. I just turned it into a whole nother clip. I'm gonna play this shit. Hold up.
To accuse him? Are you serious?
A young man has been accused of negligence for helping a woman who fell on the stairs, with the woman demanding $250,000 from 25-year-old Vin Scott. Surveillance footage shows 28-year-old Emily Walker.
Look at that shit. Hold up, man. Is she holding on the rail? It looked like she's holding on the rail. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, she's holding on the rails, so you had a chance to actually catch yourself and protect your whole head and neck and all that. You had plenty of chance to avoid any type of serious injuries here. But you telling me you let go? Hold on.
Suddenly losing her footing while going down the stairs. As her head was about to hit the steps, Kevin stepped in and caught her, preventing serious injury. However, 2 days later, Emily unexpectedly filed a lawsuit. She claimed that she was walking down the stairs normally and got startled when Kevin suddenly appeared, which caused her to lose her balance. Emily said she suffered multiple bruises.
She looked like a lying ass motherfucker, though. Like, she looked like she'd be outside while you mowing your lawn and your kids is riding their two-wheeler, their big wheel, and she be yelling at them and telling them to stay out the grass. She looked like one of them.
And developed emotional trauma as a result. She accused Kevin of negligence and demanded $250,000 in damages for medical expenses and emotional distress. Kevin's attorney argued that Kevin was simply walking normally at the time.
You couldn't grip. Am I like the only one that's seen that she had grip of the railing as she was coming down and she let go? This is my observation. She was just casually walking down the steps. She hears the door, or she loses her footing, slips, she grabs onto the rail, she sees somebody's coming through the door. She quickly lets and releases the door, instinctively knowing or trusting that he's going to catch her before she hits the bottom.
And that Emily's fall was not directly caused by him. He also pointed out that Kevin saved her just before her head hit the stairs, playing a critical role in preventing serious injury. Despite this, Emily insists that she fell because Kevin suddenly startled her. The case is still ongoing. Do you think Kevin should be held responsible for negligence?
Hell no, he's not responsible for that. He ain't responsible for it. Man.
And got startled when Kevin...
Ma'am, he saved your life.
Serious injury.
That was supposed to be it for you. What are we talking about? What are we like? Come on, man. Anybody with functional eyes, working eyes, you can see what happened here, man. And that's what I'm talking about. You can't do nothing nice for nobody. You can't even be a decent human being for people no more because they take advantage of it. That's ridiculous. Absolutely shameful. And now what? He's going to have to go through all this mess. I pray that they see this, they scoff her, they laugh her ass all the way out of the courtroom. Laugh all the way out the courtroom for this ridiculous ass claim that she's trying to make against this man. Just minding his business. He didn't know what he was walking into. Who knows what he had going on? But boom, out of nowhere, somebody decided that this was going to be their opportunity to have a life-changing moment. You just didn't realize that they had cameras in those hallways, did you? So if he would have never shown up and you would have made it all the way down them steps, head busted and everything, let's like be real. Who was you going to sue then? Who could you have pointed the finger at? Would it still have been negligence? Are you going to press charges against the building, the landlord? What would have been your next step? I'm curious. You do realize that could have gone an entirely different way. God put people in certain spaces for certain reasons. And he put that man right there to protect and cover you. And this is the things he gets. I don't understand. I couldn't do that to nobody. I don't want that on my conscience. What else do you want me to say? I can't wrap my mind around the idea of taking food off of someone's plate for my lack of accountability. In all honesty, it's my fault. Ma'am, you were going to slip and fall whether or not he was there or not. Let's call it a spade a spade. Like, if you're trying to convince me that the only reason you fail is because of him, no. Do we have to go back and rewatch that again? Because I know I don't know what the case is looking like right now. Hold up, let me see. All right, I'm gonna fuck it. Let's just bring it back up again. You were going to fall whether or not he was there or not. Can't nobody convince me otherwise. I'm looking at it right now. Hold up. You seem to be doing just fine here. And then
of negligence after
there we go there. I see your hand on the rail. All you had to do was grip the rail. I wish, like what I wish for real, is that we had a better angle of the door right where she says, because it looks like it is open, but you can't convince me that that door opening scared you so much that you just happened to fall. You were walking just fine. Hold up.
After helping a woman who fell down the stairs. The woman is demanding $250,000 in compensation from 25-year-old Adam Coleman. Security footage shows that 28-year-old Sophia Reyes suddenly slipped while walking
Looks normal
downstairs, just as her head
looks normal. She got on heels. You should know how to walk in heels. But she looked like she doing all right.
was about to hit
And
the
then
steps,
boom.
Adam quickly rushed forward and caught her. His fast reaction likely prevented a much more serious injury. However, Adam was shocked when Sophia filed a lawsuit against him 2 days later. Sophia claims that she was walking down the stairs normally and that Adam suddenly appeared and startled her, causing her to lose her footing and fall. She says she suffered multiple bruises and psychological trauma.
So you're telling me that
Yeah, I don't buy that. The way her knees buckled as she went down them steps. Nah, you're not going to convince me that you were scared and you were terrified for your life. He didn't bust through. I got you, sucker. What you gonna do? Throw your hands up. He ain't do no crazy shit like that. If he never popped up through that door and he just went on about his way and you had bust your ass, who was you gonna blame? Who was you gonna pin that on? That's trifling, man. That is absolutely trifling. And for real, after this is all said and done, because to me, you ain't got no case. You're not about to win this. I would sue you. I would absolutely sue your ass, right? Like counter suit. Your ass is, yeah, you about to get, I'm getting something out of this. You done took me off my job. You got me wasting my time coming up here in this fucking building, sitting in front of a judge. I'm missing out on hours at work. I gotta sit here and entertain this silly stuff because I was trying to be nice to you, and this is the things I get for this shit. Yeah, you gonna come up off with something. I need my coins. I need every hour that, and then some. And you're the problem, and make it more difficult for women who really be needing help or going through. You make it harder for them because we keep on encountering people like you who be on some demon time. There's nothing else to say. I want y'all to be the judge. You tell me if you saw what I saw. Quite frankly, that was disgusting. That was disgusting work. You too old for this. Way too old for this. You want to come up? You want more money? Go work harder. Instead of just being grateful that somebody stepped up and protected you from breaking your whole spine in half, you want to take them to court. And this is where we don't have people being held accountable. You want men to be held accountable. All right, well, where's your accountability at? Where's your conscience at? How do you sleep at night? You waited 2 days because you was trying to build a case. Isn't that right? Because you wasn't hurt. There were no injuries. He saved you from the injuries. He put his body in harm's way to protect you. You weren't physically hurt. So what did you do for the days? You went to a doctor, you scheduled an appointment with a psychologist or somebody, and you had to stage this thing where it's like, well, 2 days ago I was coming down the steps and somebody came to the door and they startled me and I fell and I thought it was all over. I thought I was about to lose my life, and then your therapist or whoever they were that you paid, they say, so how did that make you feel? Are you okay? What did that do to you? You created this whole storyline, this whole script, so that when you had the opportunity to take that man to court, you will already have something in the cut waiting. Y'all be watching too much Law and Order, SVU.
Bang, 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 bang.
I really believe that's what happened. I would do it. You staged it. You threw that in there and said, "Oh, I was so traumatized. I was so traumatized that I had to get medication. I had to get put on. I had to go see somebody and all this and all that." And took it to court. And told them, "Yeah, this, that, and third." But the camera, it's a wrap. You done for, ma'am. Trouble, Chi-Town. You're not about to get out of that. When there's people who really are going through something and they're really in danger, guess what? Half the time, nobody is around. Do you know how many videos I come across where people just stand there and they watch and record? They got their camera phones out. They want TikTok reels. They want highlights. They don't care about you. They just want to see entertainment. They want their reposts and their shares. They don't care about humans. As Samantha, I got you covered. I'm gonna play this back so you can see it. This is what we're talking about. This woman decided that she wanted to sue this man for saving her life. Now, you tell me if this woman has a case or not based on what you see here in this clip.
Feminism has definitely ruined. A young man was accused of negligence helping a woman who fell down the stairs. The woman is demanding $250,000 in compensation from 25-year-old Adam Coleman. Security footage shows that 28-year-old Sophia Reyes suddenly slipped while walking downstairs. Just as her head was about to hit the steps, Adam quickly rushed forward and caught her. His fast reaction likely prevented a much more serious injury. However, Adam was shocked when Sophia filed a lawsuit against him 2 days later. Sophia claims that she was walking down the stairs normally and that Adam suddenly appeared and startled her, causing her to lose her footing and fall. She says she suffered multiple bruises and psychological trauma.
So you're telling me this harlot?
Right. You know why I keep I replayed it so that you could see it for yourself. Because I don't want to tamper with nothing. I wanted you to see what I was looking at. And what I'm looking at is someone who knows how to walk with heels. She was taking her time coming down the steps. And then out of the blue, she buckles, collapses, falls. The guy comes through the door. He grab her. And it's that. So you've seen it before already. So to me personally, it was staged, or she yeah, just like I thought. She was looking for a quick come up. She heard him come, like, because she held on the railing as she was coming down, and then as soon as the door opened, she released it. She let her hands go, and she continued going down the steps. Because my thing was, if he wasn't there and he didn't walk through that door, would she have failed? And if she had successfully made it down them steps in that fall, would she have been in this position that she was in? Who knows how her neck would have been, how her head would have been. She could have broke something. She could have been scarred for life. She could have been damaged for life. And I say, God sent somebody to help her, because he came through in a split second and he just jumped right in. He wasn't thinking about his safety. He wasn't thinking about lawsuits. He wasn't trying to be macho. He just saw somebody in need of help and he reached out. And then you telling me 2 days later I'm so traumatized. Yeah, she's not winning that. She's not winning that. It's impossible. I know the justice system is messed up and they tamper with it a lot. You're not getting through that one. And if, like I said, if I'm him, I'm suing. I'm definitely gonna bring you back because you done wasted my time. I could have been doing something productive. I could have been still at work making money. You just took money out of my pocket, and I could have been doing something worthwhile with my time. Instead, I got to come up in here and defend myself because you're painting this narrative that I'm this archetype of guy that I'm not. Y'all got to stop doing stuff like that. There's not every single woman in the world, but the ones like her that do stuff like that, y'all got to quit with that, man. Like, seriously. And don't get it twisted. I'm glad she's okay. But that was ugly. That was not ladylike. You too old to be doing stuff like that. And you see stuff like this so often that you don't believe it until you see it. If this wasn't caught on camera and she took this to court, he would be done for. It would be extremely difficult to prove that what she said wasn't true. Because that footage is there, though, you're not getting out of that. And my only purpose for this right here is because we got to have more standards. We gotta stand for something. I'm not going out of my way. Look, everybody need money, but I'm not going to go out of my way and try to damage somebody's reputation so I don't have to struggle. This is just as bad as lying on your family and telling your boss that somebody died in your family, or somebody, you lying on your grandmother, or somebody saying they sick or whatever, and then you speaking things into life, and you say stuff like that, and it actually happened, then you boo hooing. I don't move like that. I don't do stuff like that. You too old for that. So hopefully soon, cause I don't know what's going on with that case right now. Hopefully that get dismissed, thrown out. That man can get his life back. With her, I feel like people who falsely accuse somebody, they should be put on registry. They shouldn't just get to walk away from stuff like that without no type of repercussions. There should be consequences behind your actions. And that's just how I feel about it. Because she can do that again. If you did it, you'll do it again. Make an example out of her ass. So this never happens to another person. At least you're not going to stop everybody from doing it, but at least you can stop her from doing it, or make her think twice about even considering it. It make you not want to be around people too much. It make you not really want to trust people too much because you don't know what type of agendas they on. They think you're a lick, a trick, easy come and go. They set you up. Seen one video I did a reaction to. The dude met the girl on a dating app. The girl set him up, tried to have him killed, brought another dude with her. He trusted her, let him drive the car that he picked her up in. She drove to pick up another dude. They took this man to the side of a open bridge that's over water. They stabbed him up, tossed him over, left him for dead. He bled out, swam the shore, mustered his way to a gas station where police were there conveniently. They ended up getting the woman and the dude. And it's like, bro, I hate to see stuff like that, man. Y'all gotta be on your guard, be on your P's and Q's. I'm not saying not to be a good human being and not to be polite and show love, but you got to be very, very careful and very cautious of who you are around and who you invite in your space. Yeah, the dude literally they stabbed him up, they pistol whipped him, and then they tossed him over the side of the bridge into the water. Somebody on a boat actually found him in the water, brought him to shore. He found his way to a gas station. He definitely had God on his side. She tried to put all of it on the other dude, said it was his fault, but you helped him toss the dude in the water. All this to say, man, prayers to everybody out here. Be on your P's and Q's. You don't want to not trust people, but you still want to have trust in humanity at the same time. We got to use better discernment. Let this be a lesson to people. I'm disappointed, though. I'm disappointed in people like that. I don't like to see it. She could have very well died. And then what? If he never showed up and she really broke something, her life could have been done after that. You can't play around with people's life and don't think or expect something to happen back to you. When you doing dirt to people, it always catch up to you. Maybe not in the courtroom, but it will catch up to you. God don't like ugly. And all that being said, I'm about to get up out of here, but I do want to say thank you to everybody who tapped in. Samantha, I appreciate you for pulling up. I see you working. Keep doing your thing. Everybody that is watching over here on Facebook, YouTube, and all that good stuff, I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I got a new guest pulling up tomorrow morning, doing a morning show. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a goodie. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. You know what to do. Be safe on the road, and I will see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Peace.
The flow insane, take my spot, so the range. Shoot my shot with perfect aim. 3rd degree, that perfect flame. Ain't no sleep, that's the game. Oh, so southern, that's the slang. When they see me, that's the main. Chasing checks and fly like planes. Big old stick, I bought a cane. Flick my wrist and bought the ring. I'm so boss, we're not the same. Pay the cost and